Hey skaters, today we are checking out the MaxFind Max 2 Pro, and we're going to be doing it a little bit differently today. I am going to go out for a ride. I'm going to take my GoPro with me, and I'm just going to tell you my experience and my opinions while I'm out riding, along with the specs and features while we're out there. So the MaxFind Max 2 Pro is definitely for younger riders. MaxFind actually aims this board at college or uni students as a means of getting around campus. I think it's great for that because it's light, it's portable, easy to carry around if you need to. It's small enough to be able to, keep out of other people's way. I also think it's a great beginner board and for kids to learn on because the lower speeds aren't that fast, but the higher speeds have a little bit more power and speed for, the beginner riders to grow into. So it comes in 3 variants. It's got the single motor, the dual motor, and this one, which is the X series, which is just the long range version. So each of the motors are 600 watt Hobbywing motors. So on the single, you've got 1 motor. On the dual, you've got 2 hub motors, and same with the X series. It also has 2 motors. So the standard battery is a 10S 2P 158 watt hour battery with Samsung cells, while the X series, the long range edition, is 10S 2P 230 watt hours with LG cells. And all of the models are powered by Hobbywing ESCs, so we know they're going to be nice and smooth acceleration and braking. I have the X series as far as I can tell because of this black and white geometric design underneath. From what I could tell from the website, this X series is the only one that comes with this design, and it's supposed to be limited edition, only 200 models sold. I don't know if there's supposed to be something on the trucks. This one doesn't have it. But anyway, we're expecting a top speed of 24 miles per hour, which is 38 kilometers an hour, a range of 21 miles an hour or 35 kilometers an hour, which is quite significant. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that, especially with my weights. I'm 90 kilograms or 190 pounds or so. And a hill climbing ability of 28%. But we're going to put all of that to the test. I'll also do some acceleration and braking along the way. Just so you know, I'll be talking kilometers an hour throughout this ride just because that's what I'm used to and that's what will be on my remotes. But I'll also put the miles down here for everybody that uses miles out there. All right, let's get to it. Power remote on. It does not have any auto start, so I'll just chuck that on real quick. All right, 0, 0. Starting speed mode 1. I mean, that is super smooth to get started. The top speed is actually not that bad. We're running at 17, 18 kilometers an hour. Let's ramp it up to speed mode 2. Very smooth acceleration again. Topping out at 24, 25 kilometers an hour. Jump it in 3. Nice smooth acceleration again. Hitting speeds of 30 kilometers an hour, 32, 33. So I did loosen off these trucks just before I jetted off. It's quite good, quite carby. Let's see if I can see this. It's very sharp turning. Let's see if I can turn this whole road. Whew, only just. Let's do that again. See if you can see that. I'll do it again. So let's do acceleration speed mode 4, slight incline, but let's see how that goes. Very, very smooth. And the brakes. I'm actually pretty happy with those brakes. Nice and smooth, but bringing me to a stop pretty quickly. I'd say that's about 15 to 20 meters for the braking. All right, so we've just found the hill. It's probably not gonna look that steep to you, but it's about 15% in some places. Head up at mode 4, full throttle. So I'm still at the base, doing about 30 kilometers an hour. All right, starting to reach the climb. Slowing down a little bit. Down to 20 kilometers an hour. All right, hitting the steepest part now. 15 kilometers an hour. 13 kilometers an hour. Really crawling up it now. This is the steepest part and I'm doing 10 kilometers an hour. I will make it. I know, I can feel I'm gonna make it, but it's just not going any faster than 10 kilometers an hour. All right, I'm pretty much past the steepest part and I'm picking up a little bit more speed now, 12, 13 kilometers an hour. Not too bad, considering this is a board geared towards teenagers, young kids, lighter riders in particular. Probably have a better chance getting up hills like this. Unfortunately for me and people who weigh 90 kilos, 190 pounds, you're probably going to want to get something that's got a little bit more power if you're planning on climbing up some more hills. Heading back down the hill, it does have regen braking. I'm not sure what the rate is on that, but it does have it. It's good to have. It's a handy feature if you do have lots of ups and downs to do. That's pretty much the last performance test until the range, which is we'll talk about at the very end. I just realized that I forgot to hit play on Strava because I'm doing this new style of video, but my remote says 4.7 kilometers. I've just started Strava, so we will see. It'd be good to see how the remote lines up with the actual range that I get with Strava, and we'll just add them together at the end to see the final range. But I guess that's the fun of doing it live. This is real. It's not manufactured, which I love. It's a lot more fun. All right, so let's talk about some specs. So the deck is made of a nylon fiber and glass fiber composite. It's about 31 inches long and 10 inches wide, so it's very stiff and it feels a lot like a traditional skateboard vibe. I kind of like it. I expected there to be a lot more vibrations coming off this board, but so far it's been pretty good. The grip tape is like this plasticky thing. It's not a traditional sandpaper or glass grit grip tape. It is like made of plastic. I'd be interested to see how this goes when it's wet, but in the dry, it's very grippy. Like my feet aren't moving around at all, even if I do put extra pressure on to try and move it around. And the deck is all integrated, so all the electronics are inside the deck, and it has a water rating of IP65, so it can withstand a few splashes and puddles, but I still wouldn't recommend riding in the rain or the wet conditions because of the wheels. It is a bit dangerous. You'll be slipping and sliding around all over the place, but it is good to know that you can go through a few light puddles and the board still be okay. In saying that, the wheels are 90mm polyurethane street wheels. They're kind of grippy and cushy, which is very nice for street wheels. So some of the better street wheels, how they'll hold up longevity-wise, we'll see, but we'll have a look at that at the end of the ride, see how they've gone. And the trucks, they're just regular 10.6 inch wide with a 45-degree angle, and that's just standard skate trucks. Quite like them. I loosened them off a fair bit. I got like a pretty decent carve out of it, and at the high speeds I didn't get any speed wobbles, which was nice. And the last thing to note, I think, about this board is that it has a max load of 150 kilos or 330 pounds, so which is quite high for electric skateboards. I think adults could still get around on it after having ridden it. I can still hit the top speeds pretty well. Range, we'll see how that goes. It's just a hill climb. You've got really steep hills, probably no good, but if you've just got flat areas, commuting to work in a city, that kind of thing, it's probably quite good. It's got a small little kicktail. So it is usable. It's not huge, but it's nice to have when you need to make really sharp turns all of a sudden that you're not used to. I think that's pretty much it. just got my first remote warning. It says it's down to 25% and I've done 10.7 kilometers according to the remote. It's still got 2 bars. It's floating between 1 bar and 2 bars depending on how much I accelerate. Yeah, we're not far from the end. I'll see you in a bit. So I just got my second remote warning, down to 10% battery now. I'm at 19.3 kilometers, which I think is actually pretty good for a board that's designed for kids that I'm riding. So we'll keep kicking along and I'll see you soon. All right, so I am down to 1 bar of battery and I'm literally chugging along at 10 kilometers an hour, 9, 8. It's just getting slower and slower. And my final distance was 20.8 kilometers. And Strava is 16.15 kilometers. So you add that 4.7 at the beginning and it's pretty much bang on. The distance on the remote is pretty much exactly the distance that my GPS measured. So 20.8 kilometers, I think we'll expect to get 35 kilometers. It's quite a fair few Ks under. A lot of that is going to be because of my weight, that hill climb that I did, and I was in mode 4 the entire time, pretty much full throttle. Almost full throttle most of the time. I did put it through its paces. I think that's fairly good. Lighter riders, you guys will get so much more range out of this than I do. Speed overall, it's very manageable. I mean, the top speed is fast. I did feel like it was fast, but it's not fast enough to completely destroy your confidence. And I didn't get any speed wobbles. This board doesn't have any of the features that I usually like in an electric skateboard, like raised lips on the edge, more flexibility, cloud wheels, auto on off, that kind of thing. It doesn't have any of that. However, I still really enjoyed this board. I'm literally going 6 kilometers an hour now. For beginners and kids and riding around campus, even for like riding from home to the train station to catch the train to work or whatever, it's a great board. I think this could go on your list as one of the best portable electric skateboards out there. All right, I'm coming to a complete stop, so I'm just gonna pull over here. So overall, I think the Maxfine Max 2 Pro it's a great electric skateboard. I was very surprised at how comfortable it was to ride and how carvy it was. The speed and the acceleration it's nice and smooth like you would get with most Hobbywing boards, but it was enough. It was enough to really enjoy. Kick pushing off was so simple. That's a good way to get a little bit of extra range, and it feels a lot more like a skateboard. So yeah, overall, I probably would recommend the Maxfine Max 2 Pro to beginners, younger riders, and anyone who wants a small portable board to commute around in. So that's everything. That's my Maxfine Max 2 Pro review. I hope I've helped you on your journey to find the best electric skateboard that's right for you. If I have, please hit subscribe, like button, all that good stuff. Ride safe out there, e-skaters, and I'll see you soon.